No problem. We'll go from the top.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. All right, you ready? Hey, Johnny Mosley here for Peter Glenn Ski and Sports. Hanging with my buddy Jake from Rossi. We're talking boots, you know, the most important piece of equipment. You know that one that you hate to try to deal with. You just rather buy skis and be cool, but this is where you got to spend some time. So what's new, Jake? What are we talking about?
Everything's new.
Okay.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
Full redesign of the entire boot.
Okay.
We basically focused on building a high-end ski boot. It's called High Speed.
Okay.
And we really wanted to create a powerful boot that is for the consumer.
Okay.
And so we focused on changing some pretty massive things, like the hinge rivet position.
Yeah.
We moved that up 1.2 centimeters, so higher.
Okay.
And then forward 1 centimeter. So it matches a race boot height-wise,
Okay.
but we moved it forward to allow that consumer to get to the front of the boot, make it more accessible, essentially.
Okay, all right. So that's a big deal, is to move that like pivot point, that hinge point. So it's very cool that you're taking that bold step. But I guess we have to explain why racers would like it up higher. Why do they in general have a higher hinge point than say a normal boot?
The idea there really is leverage.
Okay.
By moving it up higher
Yeah.
and having it back, you have to create a ton of leverage, and a racer is trying to build as much energy and power as they can.
Okay.
So by having it up and kind of back,
Yeah.
you can build that leverage, but you won't crush the boot. The boot
Okay.
won't bloat, it won't twist, you won't collapse over it.
Okay.
You can push against kind of that wall.
Got
But the retail customer doesn't want to push on a wall.
Sure,
You know,
yeah.
they're going to push on it, and it's going to push them backwards.
Yeah, yeah.
So by moving it forward, we allow you to access that power and feel more comfortable while doing it.
Yeah, that's really cool. I noticed the other day I was watching the top of the Americans getting ready to run the Hahnenkamm, and they all had their boots. They were stuffed. They buried their boots like in snow by 3 feet to make them colder, because that's like how stiff they want their boots and how much power they want. But for like anyone else, including me, like you get in that stiff of a boot with a high hinge, you just can't create the type of forces you need to make it work. But that being said, you know, it's very hard to get better at skiing and do things that good guys do if you cannot like access the front of the boot.
100%.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay, and then what about the creature comforts?
Yeah, so we designed a new liner for it. Spent a lot of time on that liner. So the idea really is to make it moldable, make it so that you can put your foot into the liner. It's gonna fit great when you first put it on. First fit's a big piece, but there's all these customization pieces that everybody's offering now, but the idea is to put your foot in, feel where it kind of, okay, I got a little bit of something here, something there. Everybody's foot's different.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to make it so that it was super easy for your boot fitter to make this moldable liner fit your foot perfectly. So you don't have to buy that extra liner. You got it right here in the boot because of the technology we've put into it.
Right, because a lot of people just huck the liner and go to aftermarket liner, but this is pretty rigid. I see actually there's like a lot of structure here.
Yeah, and so the idea with that
Yeah.
is when you heat up a liner, it's going to expand.
Right.
And so you're going to lose some of that fit.
Sure.
So this membrane that we put over the top there holds the foot in the right position.
Yeah.
And your boot fitter will be able to adjust that if they need to.
Sure. Oh, cool. Excellent. Yeah. All right. That is a great boot.
Yeah,
I'm
really
interested.
cool. High-speed boot. We make it in men's and women's. So the Pure is the women's version, sharing all the same technologies.
Yeah.
And then a full range, 98, 100, 102 lasted, and you can get any flex you want.
Those are last is how wide it is. So if you have a really wide foot, you want a higher number. 102 pretty much being the highest width-wise. Flexes. Would you have an easy tips or tricks for someone to figure out what kind of flex they are?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing really is don't be a hero. I mean, that's the, unless you're buying a hero race boot from us, which is our racing line.
Yeah.
So,
good cover.
But the idea really is that a stiff boot isn't going to make you a better skier. You need to be able to flex your ankles. You want to feel comfortable. You don't want to be locked out. Like you said, if you can't find the front or you can't flex, you're going to have a bad time, and that's not what we're out here to do. So you really want to have a nice little movement, be able to bend your knees and push against the front of the boot. And, it's tough to say just straight up.
If you're at home.
If you're at home, that's a really hard thing to put, but you don't want to be in a full cast. You're already in a tight boot, so make it easy and be comfortable.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks, Jake. Yeah, good stuff. All right, peterglenn.com for more info or to buy boots. or just go to the store and try it on, which, you know, for boots, it's a good idea. Get in there, try it on, have one of our guys fit you for it, and help you with the liners. Have a great winter.